We get things started with a quick look at the radar and satellite across the country just to show you what's going on. And you can see the East Coast quiet for now, though things will be changing shortly.
Quiet for now, but we are tracking some snow, really a clipper system that's making its way across the Great Lakes, bringing some wintry weather along with it. Temperatures, I know, have been a little cooler, but we will start to rebound a little bit. It's not going to be warm, but at least it's not going to be bone-chilling cold outside in the Northeast.
I'm sensing that was our trouble on the drive-in. Yes. Meanwhile, we've got some stormy activity still coming into the west, and honestly, that trend is not going to stop at all this holiday week. The only difference is we're fairly mild, all things considering, on the iPhone. They have a winter cast with ice, something of concern here. So we are expecting some ice tomorrow morning, or tomorrow afternoon here. So it's going to be a very small amount what we could see, but you can see it is just enough that a trace can quickly coat untreated surfaces and create some problems. So that's our setup for Philadelphia as we transition into tomorrow. First up, let's talk numbers, though, because it is so cold. We're setting the stage right now at 13 in New York City. We're at 3 below in Burlington, 15 in Buffalo, and 10 in Boston. We will start to moderate for the day, but technically it's not all about moderation. Our next troublemaker is on the board here, and it is coming in from the west. You can see some snow showers across Minnesota, more breaking out across Michigan at this point in time, and even some icing concerns, too. Now, I will say the Rochester area, a lot of this hasn't been fully making it to the ground, but we're not far off on where it could be. So if you're in the driftless region of Wisconsin, or say you're on 52 there, just watch out around the Rochester region and southeastern Minnesota into northern Iowa, because we do have that moisture coming down and could be a little bit of a frozen mix there. As we work our way into Michigan, this is where the snow will accumulate. Anywhere from about Wausau through the Northwoods on east is where we're going to pick up some of that action. As this low pressure system swings east, it mostly takes aim on southern Canada, but across the Great Lakes, we will manage to squeeze out a bit of snow, and this will transition then into this. Then we will start to see more of that develop on the southern side with a little bit more rain, a little bit more mixing. Notice the snow, though. That swath of blue stays pretty constant here, especially near I-90 in New York and northward. If you're south of that, we could see that snow as far south as Interstate 80, but it's a quick shot of it. And what's interesting is tomorrow morning, look who's in on the action. From Boston to New York, that could be some snow showers coming down. So it might look like a snow globe for a moment. Not much accumulation either of those cities. As you work your way towards Philadelphia, there's where we start to get that icing threat a little bit, and then all of this activity moves offshore. Washington, D.C., you could also see some ice. You also have that winter cast for ice as the storm system pulls out then into Christmas Eve night, Christmas early morning there. At the northern tier of the nation, Bree, the west is active.
Very active, and a few areas are also pretty warm. We're not too far off from some of.
Well, of course, we love getting those messages. Thank you for joining us on AccuWeather early as we go through this December 23rd. Probably a few people starting to get a little nervous this week.
Probably. Maybe if they have some last-minute holiday shopping to do. The time is ticking.
I still have to.
Yes, I know. You were telling me yesterday. Hopefully it gets in here before Christmas Eve.
I mean, I've got everything set up for Christmas Day. The people that I don't have yet I'm not going to see them until much past Christmas.
That's okay.
So
you know, you have time.
I feel like I've got a little wiggle room there. Maybe that's just me fooling myself.
No, it's okay. I think you got it.
Okay,
I believe. Now in Seattle, of course, the sun not yet risen, but we will see some rain as we head throughout our Monday into Tuesday. We're tracking our system that moved in onshore yesterday. It has spread some more snow across the northern Rockies, but we're on tap to do it all over again when it comes to the second storm. Here we go. I'm going to pause this in time at 7 p.m. Pacific time. You can see this area of low pressure diving in, right? You can clearly see that circulation, and out ahead of it along some of those boundaries, we're seeing some of that heavier rain really explode and take over the board, especially along that I-5 corridor, of course, closer towards the Pacific Highway, where we are expecting some drenching showers. And then this system's on the move. It moves east, and it's going to be bringing more rain and snow to those areas as well. Christmas Eve, Portland, you're at 52, topping off at 49.